We've got the best deal to keep you safe online. For a limited time, get 70% off a 3-year plan at nordvpn.com/TYT. This special offer makes your subscription just $3.49 per month so you can browse and shop securely on all your devices. And for a short time, use the code TYT to get an extra month off of Nord for free.
When you're misinformed or you're not educated about something, and I'm just talking about, the tweet itself, you never know the ramifications that can happen.
The NBA China saga continues. That was LeBron James, and he's commenting specifically in regard to Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey, who had tweeted, "Fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong." That tweet got him into a lot of trouble, I guess, because the NBA does some business with China, and siding with Hong Kong will lead to the leader of China not necessarily being so happy with you. So let me give you some more details on what's going on. First off, we all know, we've covered this on the show, that there are protesters in Hong Kong. They're concerned about mainland China encroaching on their semi-autonomous status. And there are athletes who have political opinions. So that's why you have Daryl Morey sharing his thoughts. And there have been consequences financially for the NBA. LeBron James doesn't seem to be happy about that. So he said this.
I think when we all sit back and learn from the situation that happened, understand that what you could tweet or could say, and we all talk about this freedom of speech. Yes, we all do have freedom of speech, but at times there are ramifications for the negative that can happen when you're not thinking about others and you only think about yourself. So I don't believe, I don't want to get into a word or sentence feud with Daryl Morey, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand, and he spoke. And so many people could have been harmed, not only financially, but physically, emotionally, spiritually. So just be careful what we tweet and we say and what we do, even though, yes, we do have freedom of speech, but there can be a lot of negative that comes with that too.
So he's accusing Morey of not being fully informed before he put out that tweet. But just based on that video, it seems like LeBron James might not be fully informed on what's going on. And so there have been some people in Hong Kong who are upset. People in Hong Kong are burning his jersey. The Chinese Basketball Association, led by former Rocket star Yao Ming, decided to suspend exchanges and cooperation with the Rockets. There's just a lot going on. I'm not an expert on the NBA, but this is a political issue that we've been following. And so I do want to get your thoughts on what LeBron had to say.
Oh, okay. Well,
nobody wants. Look, we all feel this. We feel as awkward as LeBron did when LeBron delivered his theory.
LeBron caught hell for this, as you could be expected. And he also tweeted. Do we have the tweet? He said, "Let me be clear." He's trying to clear up confusion. I do not believe there was any consideration for the consequences and ramifications of the tweet. I'm not discussing the substance. Others can talk about that. So the substance of what's going on between Hong Kong and mainland China is what he's talking about here. It wasn't very clear when he said someone was uneducated on the topic. Which topic? Because it seems like after he tried to clear it up that he's worried about the fact that you have players, representatives, coaches, GMs that are over there for these preseason games, and maybe you're gonna cause some unrest and then have people maybe get harmed, maybe lose some money off it. You have to think about their livelihoods. You can have that point and say, that's kind of what Adam Silver said. He said it sucks that we're gonna lose money over this, but that's what freedom of speech is for. You're gonna have sometimes you're gonna have some hurdles between the people that you're speaking out against, but we're gonna take that with the game.
I mean, we know all about that. Like, we're not in the NBA, but we're in the media business, and we know what it's like to have to pay the financial cost of speaking your mind. But speaking your mind is more important, and that's why it's important to also be supported by members. But one thing that I do want to note is I think that at the root of this and at the root of his commentary is the financial component of it. Because
that's what he's not saying, I think.
He's not saying it, but it's so obvious because he keeps talking about, oh, you got to think before you tweet because what consequences are you talking about? What's at stake for the NBA? $1.5 billion for a multi-year streaming contract. Or as USA Today puts it, NBA revenue from China, and a conservative estimate puts it at $500 million annually based on deals that are publicly known. is part of basketball-related income, which impacts the salary cap and how much money is available to players on an annual basis. So I just think, look, just call a spade, come out and say like, look, these types of political comments really do hurt the players financially and you should really think about that before. If you say that, then fine. I personally don't like pointing fingers at people and accusing them of being uninformed when that's not really at play here.
You know what, being the person that somebody told shut up and dribble, because they probably thought you were ill-informed and didn't know what you were talking about, makes me cringe when I hear somebody say he probably wasn't informed about the topics. He wasn't informed about the consequences of speaking his point of view on the issue. But don't discredit that person's, don't discredit the person because whatever they think might not be popular or might not be the right thing to say because of how it affects things politically. And that's what, when you say that, hey man, he didn't know what he was talking about is different than I don't agree with what he's saying. I don't, because then how many people walking around talking about China? So if somebody weighs in on that China issue, they probably do feel a certain way about it because most people are ill-informed about, not many people are ill-informed.
It's not a story that, it's not getting as much mainstream media coverage, so I totally agree.
So just say maybe in this space, we don't talk about that because it affects business.
Yeah.
Right?
I would respect that because that's true. And if that's what you're concerned about, just come out and say it. Don't accuse other people of being unknowledgeable. That's the issue. And by the way, just to mention his political tweets, a lot of people are pointing to this particular tweet. Let's take a quick look at it. And it's about injustice. So this was about a year ago or over a year ago, January of 2018. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. So look, Twitter is, it could be used as a tool or a weapon. And in this case, it's a tool and weapon. I mean, it's a weapon for those who disagree with what LeBron had to say.
Now, more about how you can save 70% off of military-grade encryption from NordVPN. Just simply head over to nordvpn.com/TYT to keep yourself protected from prying eyes. And for a short time only, use the code TYT to get an extra month off of Nord for free. Thanks for watching.